Welcome to the Journey of 1,000 Mistakes. My name is Sigh, and as usual, I'm so happy that you're here. But it's still kind of a weird time to be alive, don't you think? The whole coronavirus, everyone panicking, freaking out. But when you think about it, it's really not that bad. Now, before I keep going, I would just like to mention, yes, it sucks that people died from this. It sucks that people die from so many different things. But it's part of life. We're born. We live, we die. That's how it works. It's sad when someone close to you dies. We've all had people die close to us. But that doesn't mean we need to panic. In fact, I feel like it's the opposite. We need to come together as people and just make the most of it. Now, before I get into this week's challenges, I'd just like to quickly talk about this. Maybe help you realize that, okay, it's not that big a deal. There's no point in freaking out. Because I did the math, and the odds of being infected by the coronavirus are 0.0018%. That's a fraction of a percent. And that's just your odds of being infected. Your odds of actually being infected and dying from it are 0.000066%. That's a fraction of a percent. Just put this in perspective. You're 100 times more likely of getting hit and killed, not just hit and killed by a car than you are of contracting, not dying, contracting the virus. 100 times more likely. That's crazy. So far, I live in Canada, and so far there's 176 reported cases in Canada and one single death. And yes, while that sucks, that means that your odds of dying from the virus right now in Canada is 1 in 37 million. 1 in 37 million. Yet, people are freaking out. Schools are shutting down. Businesses are telling their employees to stay home. Events are being canceled. For 1 in 37 million people. Yes, it's worse in other places of the world, and that sucks. But generally speaking, people are overreacting so much. Just give you an example. Last Thursday, so 3 days ago, I went to my Toastmasters meeting and there was only half the normal amount of people. And even worse, this upcoming Thursday, I was supposed to give a speech. But because of the virus, the reunion was canceled. Well, actually, it wasn't canceled. It was put online. They want us to do public speaking online. That's ridiculous. What I'd have to do to give my speech is stand here in my room, talk to a camera like I'm doing now. That's insane. That is not public speaking. It defeats the whole point of the exercise. That's why I canceled my speech. That's why I won't be doing it. So even though I'm trying to completely stay centered and ignore all this insanity around me, I can't because it's impacting my life. Give you another example. I've been wanting to do Vipassana meditation, so the 10-day silent meditation retreat, for a long time. And because I'm kind of at a crossroads in my life, I was thinking, you know what? This is the perfect time. Go away for 10 days in silence, just think, be alone with my thoughts, and figure out what to do. But of course, it's been shut down because of the coronavirus. Another example. I've always wanted to travel, and I've done it a few times in the past. But I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect time. I can just take a few months off, go travel, visit new places, take a break from my life, figure out what I want to do. But so many countries are being shut down. So much air travel is being canceled that I don't even know if I could get to my destination. And even if I did, I have no clue I'd be able to get back. So although technically I could do it, I feel like maybe it's not the best time. I'm going to probably wait a few weeks, see if it calms down, see what happened, and then readjust. So as you can tell, it doesn't matter how centered I try to be, because everything, all this insanity around me is always going to affect me. Now, I could just do like everyone else and panic and freak out and lose my crap. Sorry. But I won't, because what's the point of doing that? Why? I've done the math. I know it's not that big a deal. And yes, it sucks. People are dying. But why panic? It's not going to change anything. Anyway, I wanted to quickly talk about that. Hopefully, this made you realize that, okay, I shouldn't freak out. I still got to live my life. Still got to be the best version of myself. Still got to improve, help others around me. That's all you can do. Moving on now to the past few weeks' challenges. Because 2 weeks ago, I was sick as a dog. Not only wasn't I able to do my challenge, but I wasn't able to record the video explaining the challenge. So that's why I'm doing this double episode right now, combining the two into one. So the first challenge I was supposed to do, the one from 2 weeks ago, was to talk to 3 girls every day for 5 days. So a total of 15. I did that because last month I did the talk to strangers every single day and it was amazing and I was in a roll and I'm like, you know what? Let's crush this. Do a week-long intense challenge because dating is something I've been wanting to work on, get back into and just be more social. So I'm like, you know what? This is the perfect moment to do it. Of course it wasn't because I got sick and I couldn't do it, but I thought it was. And even as I was sick in my head, I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I'll recover. Next week, I'll do double challenges. I'll be all caught up. It's going to be great. But no, because last week, I was recovering from my sickness from the week before. Even now, I'm still a little congested. I'm not 100% back to normal. So stuff happens. The coronavirus, the sickness, everything happens and it feels like it's all piling up at the same time. In my case, at least. Because as I mentioned before, I'm at a crossroads. I've been living with my roommate, my best friend, for a while, and I enjoy living with people. It's fun, I get to hang out, have fun conversations. But one of my roommates is moving out, the other is moving in with his girlfriend. It's time to move on. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I have a few options. I could either stay here, find 2 new roommates, move out with other roommates, move out alone, or just sell everything and go travel. Or just get a boring ass job. There's so many different options that my brain's getting overloaded. And of course, at the same time, everything's happening, the coronavirus, everyone's freaking out. I'm just like, why is this so insane? So that's why last week, I decided, you know what? I'm going to take a full week to relax, do the minimal amount of work possible, and just strategize. Just try to figure out what I want from my life. Because another thing that I failed to mention is that for most of my life, I had big dreams, big visions, goals, wanting to help people do so many things. And I keep striving and trying and trying and trying and failing and trying and failing and trying and failing. And at some point, it just gets so much. You're like, why am I doing this? Why am I forcing myself to be miserable? Why shouldn't I just get a normal, boring ass job, 9 to 5, live my simple little life, and that's it? And sometimes I kind of feel like doing that. But deep down, I know I'd regret it. I know I couldn't do it. So that's not really an option. It could be for a few weeks, a few months, maybe a year, just to take a break. I don't know. We'll see. But there's so many things, like I said, happening at the same time that my brain is just overloaded. So that's why I did this challenge. But at the same time, because I'm so overloaded and I'm not really sure what's going to happen in the future, nothing really came of it. I still have no clue what I want to do. Whether I should keep going the way I did, shift things, do something completely different, just take a break from my life, go travel. I don't know. And because of the virus and everything, I'm like, should I travel? Should I stay here? It's really so much indecision at the moment. So because of that, technically, I failed the challenge. But at the same time, I did it because the whole point of the challenge was to try to figure out. And I did try. I just failed. So it doesn't matter, success, failure, who cares? I did it, tried to remain centered, didn't always succeed. And it's just part of life. It's okay. Another thing I failed to do was keep track of my victories and successes because honestly, I was just too sick in a different mindset. I was really in a contemplative mindset for the past week, sometimes even bordering on morose. Not in a bad way, just in the sense that like, okay, I'm not really happy with my life. There's nothing bad about it. It's just not what I want it to be. And the things I've been striving for haven't really been working, but that doesn't mean I should give up. Maybe I should shift stuff. I don't know. So because of that, I haven't keeping track of any of my successes or failures. I apologize for that. So I guess that is my biggest failure for the past 2 weeks, not keeping track of that. Aside from that, that's pretty much what happened in the past few weeks. Everything's been insane, both in my life and in the world. Hopefully, you're doing better than I am. And in this insanity, I feel like it's good time to just take it as a challenge. Try to stay centered, enjoy life, be happy to be alive, be happy to be surrounded by those you love. If not, reach out to them, let them know how you feel, and just make the most of it, because that's all we can do. So what I'm trying to do, I fail so many times, but I still keep trying. That's just who I am. That's who we all are. That's what we do as humans. We try, we fail, sometimes we give up, sometimes we try again. It doesn't matter because we're so resilient. Like this virus, people are freaking out so much about it. But like 5 years ago, there was the H1N1. Everyone was freaking out about that, at least in Quebec. I don't know if it was the entire world, but people are freaking out so much. And if it's not this, it's going to be something else. And yes, those things always suck, but that's part of life. So please, just make the most of it. If you want to challenge yourself, that's awesome. If you don't, you want to take a break, totally fine. That's kind of what I'm doing. But whatever you do, just don't let all this insanity get to you. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully this was in focus because once again, I filmed this entire thing and it was out of focus. So I had to refilm all of it. And obviously, my roommate kept making noise. The neighbor kept making noise. And it's like everything was piling on again. But it's okay. I redid it. I did it again. And now I feel it's even better. So sometimes it's fine. Anyway, I kind of lost my train of thought. I feel like I'm rambling. Thanks for being here. Make the best of your life, of every moment, and just try to enjoy the process. Because that's all you can do.